Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to pop in before we get to today's video and just mention once again that I am using Posh Sidekick, which is now called Sidekick Tools. And so I've had a couple of questions recently, like, what am I doing with Sidekick and, you know, with Poshmark in general now that the Canada Post is on strike? What's going on there? Well, and sorry if you hear some squeaking in the background. I'm dog sitting a couple of dogs here for a couple of days, but essentially, you know, with Poshmark, yeah, I've got several orders that are just grounded. Maverick, stop it. Stop. Here, everybody say hi to Maverick. There he is. Who's a good boy? Huh? Who's a good boy? There's Maverick. This video was brought to you by Maverick. No, okay. This video is in part, you know, a promotional video for Sidekick Tools because I am still using them, and I have tried out a couple of the cross-listing things, even though it's something that I probably won't be using myself. I figured I'd give it a whirl, and I'm still listing every day, and you know, we'll just kind of see how it goes. But I have still been using it. I have still been making doing live shows and stuff like that, or silent shows, silent auctions rather, trying to make sales on Poshmark, because eventually this is going to come to an end, and you know, we'll be able to ship out the orders and all that kind of stuff. So in any case, we'll get to today's video, which is talking about how I have tried to get things going, tried to revamp things and with shipping options. So yeah, let's just get to it. Good morning, everybody. Sorry about the messy hair and stuff. You know, it's early in the morning. I have been doing a lot to change up how I'm charging for shipping on eBay now that Canada Post is on strike. And I've been using Stallion Express for a couple of shipments. So I wanted to talk a bit about shipping policies and how I'm handling them here in Canada. I know this has been an option for a long time. To be quite honest, I have done 99% of all my eBaying from the app, and I rarely ever go to the website. However, some of these functions like business policies, listing templates, shipping policies, and all that stuff can only be done from the website. So a lot of stuff I had set, you know, lower value items and stuff I had set that I could send it out by letter mail, $3 to $5 kind of shipping range. Obviously, I can't do that if letter mail is not an option, and it's not ideal anyway to be sending things by letter mail, but it is a cheaper option to help drive sales on some low value items, and you just kind of hope that, you know, nothing goes wrong and they don't claim they never received it. Anyway, since that's not an option, and I really want to be able to sell my items and not lose money on the shipping, what I did is I spent a very long time last night on Stallion Express, kind of getting, you know, I took a lot of time just taking light packages and then kind of medium-sized packages up to say like 5 pounds or whatever, and seeing what that would cost throughout various parts of Canada, like, you know, a lot of places in Canada, everywhere from rural Atlantic Canada to more urban centers to the Northern Territories and everything. And what I've done is I've come up with what I believe is a good rate table. So if you're not familiar with rate tables, and I don't know if it's the same on every single, you know, region or the, you know, every single website, like I'm using .ca. I don't know if it's exactly the same on .com, for example. But let's see if I can get back to a rate table and let you know what I'm talking about here. Basically what I did is I'm able to put in a flat rate for all kinds of different areas in Canada. Obviously, if I'm using Stallion Express, it's going to be much cheaper to ship to Ontario, Quebec, especially urban areas. So on the Canadian side, at least, you can go over here to, like once you go into your selling preferences, you can go over here to your business policies and choose the shipping policies. So I've got a few different ones here. I made one for calculated light. So assuming Canada Post comes back and the expedited light is still an option for anything under 200 grams, it calculates that. And, you know, I'm still using everything calculated for US shipments, and I'm doing international shipments as well. But then, you know, I've got a flat rate for under 2 kilograms or, you know, 4.4 pounds or something. But I'm going to just go to create a policy here for a second and show you what I mean. And I'm sorry this isn't like super professional or anything. I don't have like screen capture technology and all this crap. But once you do this, you can go down here and choose rate table. And just for demonstration purposes here, okay, why is this not working? All right, well, it's eBay and it's glitchy, so I just had to back out and go back in, and like right here, just create new rate table. And so you can see there's expedited options, standard options, economy options. I'm only gonna go in standard because I feel like, you know, I'm probably not gonna have as good of shipping time if I'm packing everything up every few days, sending it off to Stallion Express. Now, obviously, you know, if you under promise and over deliver, so you promise kind of standard sort of time frames, and hey, you can get something out and it arrives there quickly. I mean, hey, that's sales 101, right? But you can do this. You can go to add regions, and then you can select, like, so for Atlantic, Canada, I'm going to say New Brunswick, PEI, and click on the plus sign here. Urban Nova Scotia, which is basically just, you know, HRM and a couple of towns or whatever. Those three, I'll say, are going to cost me about the same. And I know that because I did a lot of stuff last night, right? So I'm going to assume that this is for packages, you know, like not big packages, you know, a t-shirt up to say like a pair of shoes or something like that. I know that if I charge like $14.99, I'm going to be covered in like 90% of circumstances, probably even gain like $1 or $2, but that's going to help me cover the shipping to send the whole box off through UPS to Stallion Express. And I still think that this is a pretty good rate. $14.99, $15 to ship in Atlantic, Canada. Typically, Canada Post is going to be in the 20s for sure. Like, I can't send my neighbor a cup of sugar through the mail for under $25. That's just how it goes. So, you know, and then you add more regions, say Northern Canada. I know the territories, this is going to cost way more. So, you know, I have to charge them more. I have to charge them like $27 or something, right? Because it's going to cost that. And so what this does is this allows me to use whatever options are available, but then maybe Canada Post does open back up at some point and I'm able to use a flat rate box, and maybe it costs me $30, but I'm only out a couple dollars on that. I'm probably going to lose a little bit of money on every single order to Northern Canada, but that's okay. I'm okay with losing a couple dollars there if I'm gaining on the other ones. I've probably only, not including Poshmark where they get the flat rate shipping, for eBay I've probably only made like 5 sales in total out of a couple thousand sales to the Northern Territories. So I'm not too worried about it. And then eventually what you're going to do is you're going to end up with, you know, a full table. So for example, this is the one that I created for, you know, domestic flat rates of like up to 2 kgs or up to like 4.5 pounds basically. You know, these are the numbers that I've kind of come up with. Again, like, I know it's going to be not too bad shipping here in Atlantic, Canada, but as soon as you get over to Newfoundland, it's crazy. Like, to ship something to my grandmother who lives in like a rural area, it's going to cost like $40. So I might even lose a little bit if I'm only charging $29.99. But then again, I'm thinking I might be able to use flat rate boxes through Canada Post. So it may not be terrible. You know, urban areas in central Canada, yeah, $10 flat rate, that's fine. That's going to cover a lot of it. A lot of like packages in that area right in Ontario are going to be like $6, $7, somewhere in that range. So I'll gain a little bit on those. Other ones might be more like $10 or $11, and maybe I'll lose $1, and that's fine. But I'm just trying to find something that's balanced. And these aren't set in stone. I'm not saying like these are the exact rates you should use. This is just what I found so far after doing some research on Stallion Express, like looking at, let's see if I can find the shipment here. Yeah, I was just using this one here. Let's just go to details, bring this up. Resume, yeah, there's the button. So this was just using like random addresses throughout Canada and you know, and just testing it basically and seeing like what, you know, what would I actually get? Like, what is the possible, you know, something up to 20 bucks and, you know, 5-pound weight in a smaller box kind of deal. What kind of rates am I going to see? Well, for something like Prince Rupert, BC, which is way the hell out there, you know, like these are my options through Stallion Express at least. Net parcel, I checked, it's about the same. You know, flat rate boxes. So, I mean, rural BC, you know, I'm going to have to charge like probably about 25 bucks. It's not going to be great, but that's just the way it is. So anyway, sorry, again, just kind of a shaky sort of off the cuff video here this morning. I was just doing this and then updating my listings and stuff. And just wanted to kind of touch base on what I'm doing, keep you guys up to date. I think that this is going to work out okay. You know, I'm hoping, like, yeah, I'm probably going to gain a little bit on some. I'm going to lose some on other listings and orders and stuff, and that's fine. I'm prepared for it not to be down to the penny. Like, when you use calculated shipping, I love it because everything's down to the penny, and I keep track of everything. Like, I'm such an anal guy about, like, keeping track of every single cent. Like, you guys have seen my sales, you know, my what sold videos. I made $9.32 profit on this item. And so I know exactly what I've made on every single item that I've ever sold on eBay. But I'm going to have to go with the flow here a little bit. And, you know, maybe when I do those videos, it shows that, well, you know what, I only made $1 on this item here. But maybe just the way that it broke down, like, you know, if I'm saying like I only made $1 on this, but it's because I'm amortizing each item in the box from UPS to Stallion Express. Like, let's say there's 8 items in there and it cost me $16. If I just apply $2 cost to every single item evenly, then of course on those like lower items or lower margin items, that $2 is going to have more of an effect than on something, you know, a bigger item that I'm already making like 50 bucks profit on. So, you know, when I'm looking at that, I can't at the end of the day be like, oh my God, I sold that game and I only made $3 on it. Like, that was a waste of time, because it really does balance out over everything. So that's my philosophy. I'm trying to just let it go and just be okay with it. But just wanted to give this little quick update. And yeah, so here we are. This is me creating shipping policies and hoping for the best, and now I'm applying it to all of my listings. So I'll keep you posted, let you guys know how this is going. Lots of traction on that first Stallion Express video. I appreciate all the comments and the questions, but there's been some really good information in that comment section. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. Go check it out, and yeah, I'll keep you guys posted.